Hello and welcome back, Normal Player Guy. So, a couple of people have been asking me what to expect on the 7th anniversary, very soon approaching within 5 weeks on Global. So, I thought I'd do a quick, short video on what to expect as a very good general guide. And I can only do this based on what JP did, but it's basically going to be 99% the same with a very few interesting ideas of what's going to happen next. So, firstly is your countdown. As you may have already noticed, if you log in, we've already had the countdown going towards it. Now, this one we'll get within the last week, but we are beginning to get tickets prior to that, just for doing a few missions. So we'll get a bunch more prior to that. So we're already going to be sitting on, I believe, 50 plus these seven. So we're going to be sitting on quite a fair bit before we even get into it. So of course, this we won't get, but we'll get the exact same equivalent on Facebook and Twitter. So the returning campaign is only for various players. So if you haven't played in a while, and you haven't played, I believe, in a span of like a month, I believe this will be appropriate for you. Otherwise, everyone else, we can just forget. So these super missions of Seven Masters is now on. You get these rough Dragonstones, which you can use to exchange for Dragonstones. Can't quite remember how they worked on JP, but they're very easy to get, and essentially they're just complete a daily training and do any stage 10 times. And you'll do that throughout the 7 weeks leading up to it. So, of course, various new story events reopen again. If you're new players, this is really, really good. A few of these actually easy A. This one here and this one here, easy A, along with a Gogeta in his base form, and you get a few other SSRs. This one's really good as well for new players. You get two characters. You get Vegeta and Raditz, and then you get this Broly. All of them are pretty good for new players. One of them is actually just an extreme lead across them all. And you get this one, Giru Saves the Day. So Giru Saves the Day is pretty good, works really well on the Dragon Ball Seekers, especially a super class build. Then you have the reopening of the GT event because of the GT Duo, and then of course these are for the Dragon Ball Super Duo. So pretty common there. These reopen that coincides with these events, so plenty to do for brand new players. So of course, the stamina is now reduced from 5 minutes per one to 3 minutes. Really, really good, but that's expected on global. We get that fairly often. So great sales at the barbershop, but that's just if you need to get the free-to-play characters. So regular EXP is now 4 times on your quests. So if you're doing any farming for your gems, for your links, for the Cybermen, for the Cell Juniors, etc., it's going to be 4 times, which is going to be really, really handy. So all of this will start. So all of this started, but you'll get this first off straight away. That's not going to be a problem. You're going to get these on the countdown prior. So this is the week before. So your part one. So your part one, which will include straight off the bat, you'll have 30 stones. You'll get 77 summon tickets, which you'll already have a bunch prior to that if you do all the missions. And then you'll get the red dragonstone, which you'll exchange for a certain character. I'll be able to show you on another video quickly who's best to get, depending on your level of this game. You get this free-to-play unit. This free-to-play unit is actually pretty decent. No doubt that they'll do something for later in the future, but it's not bad actually. You're pure saying 77% lead. Works pretty well. It's got experienced fighters, same warrior race, same lineage, Kamehameha, Dragon Speed, and prepared for battle. Actually does work pretty well, but we'll see what they do for them in the future. So, continuing on, as you got the regular login bonuses. That's for the whole of part one. Actually, you'll get it for the whole of the 5 weeks of this will going on for. So, various missions to do. This will keep you entertained for the first week. So again, let me just get rid of this ad. So again, first off, we have this co-op campaign. Co-op campaign is it's coming out quite recently, where you just gotta do various events X amount of times, and then it's ranked, so you get rewards based on if you finish first, second, or third, etc., and something like that. There you go. So if you manage to get first in your specific group, you'll get 3 Kais, 5 Dozen. That's really, really good. And then of course your rankings only up to the top 20. So first off the bat, you'll get both the dual Dokkenfest straight off the bat, and you'll get the new events. And you'll also get the ticket summon banner. This is the 77 tickets. So one is 300 stones, and one is for 50 tickets. And both of them have 3 guaranteed LRs. So this one, so it's 300 stones, which even though it's quite a lot of your stones, and if you saved up a few hundred, this is actually quite a big cut. And if you saved up, say, like even more than 1,000, 300 is still a big cut, but you get 3 guaranteed LRs, of which these are your featured characters. Most of these are actually pretty good. No, yes, 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 yes. That entire second line, and then 21 to 60. But here's what you're going to get. Here's are all the characters you're going to get. Now, nearly every single one of these are absolutely useful. And some of you are going to walk away with Turles. You're going to walk away with Hit and God Goku. You're going to walk away with, let's say, Baby, who's still pretty good. Kalen Caulifla, Mighty Master's still pretty good. A lot of these are all Broly. Some people, and the other UI Goku, someone's going to walk away with some of these. I myself don't even have some of these, so I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, you got the ticketed version, which everyone should be able to get if you participate in all the missions. So altogether, if you participate in this 300 stones, that's 6 guaranteed LRs. Now, if you get very unlucky in the main event, then hopefully this will lessen the blow just a little bit. The other ticket summon that you're going to get, what we get now, we get 50 now, and you get some more later on, and then you get 77 plus 30 stones straight off the bat. So this one. So an SSR is never guaranteed, but it's free. That's why. But there are some really good units in there. These two are the GT Hero supports, Kamehameha and Movie Hero support. Not very good, not very good. These two, the two Hellfighter 17s, are really good if you pair them together. Oceanus is amazing. Sin Shenron, he's had an easy A, he's pretty decent. These two blue brothers here, these blue boys, they're really good now. These two have also had their awakenings. They're also pretty good. They're easy A's. So, and yeah, it's not too bad. They're actually pretty decent on here. Oh, and this guy returns. So you're going to walk away with something. And of course, you can still get LRs. So for free, for absolutely free, several of you out there, many of you out there are going to get one of these. Now, it's also pretty rare you'll pull an LR, but if it does, I'm pretty sure it'll make your day. So, part 1. So you get that off the bat. You'll get the ticketed summon. You'll get the new dual Dokkan Fest and the new events to go with it. And then, of course, there's your summon banners. You get the coin exchange. Coin exchange is simply for last year's free unit, which was UI Goku holding up the Dragon Ball sign, Dragon Ball, and then you can also exchange for Kais. You can exchange for Dozen Kais, I believe. You can get potential orbs. You can get certain items, hourglasses. Oh, Grand Kai, sorry. You can get Zenny, but I wouldn't get that. Ghost Ushers would be nice. I reckon it'd be good to go for the potential orbs, some Grand Kais. That'll be your main best to go. You go for the characters over the first to the 6th anniversary niche little free-to-play units if you're ever interested in collecting. So this Redstone, you'll get this one. There'll be a bunch of characters in here. I'll probably choose another video to who to go for after this, especially this one. This one is a paid one. It won't necessarily be too expensive, so I'll probably just mainly stick to this. This, for the value of this is, it's not worth it. Sticking these two in, these two in, you can bet that they'll be worth a good grab if you've never ever had them. These two, curious that these are in, this is kind of like bait, but I'd imagine they'll be coming up on something special soon. So of course, new sales, of course, you get a new subscription. Again, this we won't get, but we will get some social media equivalent. Kai's won't worry too much about that. You're going to get plenty, and also straight off the bat, you also get some content to go with. So we get 2 new story events, and then later on in the part 2s, you also get the awakening stages for them. This one as well comes out on the on straight away. This is the free-to-play LR that builds up, and of course, as the weeks pass by over the parts, you'll have the stages to awaken them. This is just more competition. That's the exclusive skill orb events for the new people. The Redstone also appears straight off the bat, so you got plenty to do. So these start off easy and work up exponentially harder as the 5 weeks pass by. But everyone should be able to do at least the first 3, maybe even 4, without too much of a hassle at all. It's then onwards that it really gets tough. But you get some new free-to-play story events, you get the Ultimate Red Zone, you get some new Dokkan events. All this comes out. Well, if it's the same across the line, and I don't imagine it's too far off, it shouldn't be too much of the same. The new boss rush, that's really easy. That should give everyone a nice 35 stones off the bat. So also straight off the bat, we've got a few new missions. I believe it's like 2 new missions for both of these two. I can't remember what the missions are, but they will also net you 10 stones for each one of them should you actually manage to achieve it. So again, plenty of content to come out straight away. So enough for you to be able to build up and get some dragon stones going for it. So all your EZA battles are now out, and of course all docking events are out. Pretty much standard stuff. All the weekly events are out. That's actually really big because you'll be able to do that so much of the time. And of course we get a new one of these. So there's a lot coming out in the first one. So you get some more missions of them. You get a boss rush, which would be nice for absolutely everyone. You get some of these, which everyone should be able to do. New players, brand new players, no, but anyone over the rank of say 150 should be able to do that. Nice skill orbs, that's a nice one. These free-to-play story events. So there's plenty to do straight off the bat. Now, about a week later, we've also got the part two. So part two now opens up with more missions to do, more login missions, more co-op missions. That's just, everyone needs to get X amount, something like, I don't know, 77 million stamina used, etc., and so many items used. So that's pretty simple, pretty standard, pretty straightforward. You always get that. So again, and the competitive bit where if you get first place in your particular group, new stages come out. This will be to awaken them. This will be to dock and awaken them, including this one. I don't know if this one is specifically the stage to awaken them to LR, but yeah. So here we go. So it's about a week later, but here's some of the big juiciest bits we can sink our teeth into. The easy A's for Gogeta and Shenron and the two gods. All these four are really good. Now this comes out maybe just over a week later. More new stages come out again just over a week later. People should still be able to do these. So again, more new come out. The new missions come out relating to the prior ones. More Dragonstone sales, that'd be really good. Now this is the Kaioken Goku and the Great Ape Vegeta. Considering the quality of the banners that are going to be out, this will be a hard pass, absolutely. Do not even consider going onto it, and I'm willing to bet the banner is trash. Never ever even look at this. Don't even do a YOLO. Don't even do a single. Yeah, this would be really nice. It's unsure if we'll actually get this, but if we do, you get a load of stones for that, so that's actually pretty good. Again, I wouldn't worry too much about that. So it's about over a week later. We're now going to get some easy A's and more of these. Really, the main highlight is these two. So that's 2 weeks into it. Into your third one, which is almost 2 weeks after that. So they're making you wait a little bit. So you get more login missions, you get more just general missions to do. So you have the easy A for the free-to-play LR. And you also get probably some of the biggest, most hypest part of this, the easy A's for the LR physical Gogeta and the LR into Vegito. Now this is quite a bit later than, it's almost 2 weeks after the prior, so you've got a little bit of time. So don't worry if you're going to burn out too quick, but these are really good. So you'll get something like 30 plus your missions, and you'll get like your 30 plus your missions, so that's pretty good. New chain battle, that's nothing special, but you can get a few there. So this is where the new stages of the red zones going to get really tough, and a lot of people now are going to start slowing down. And of course, the ticket version, the tickets for them, much like that Fight and Legend event, you get something for it. And of course, that's really it. So so it's going to be about almost 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, but you will have over 4 EZAs for 4 EZA events. Actually, you'll have this one, fifth one, which is a free-to-play area one. You won't get many stones in the way of this in terms of actual stones. You'll probably just have the means just to actually awaken them, and of course, you'll have more of this content. The difficult bit about this, what's really difficult about this is that's the limited attempts you can make per day. So that's actually annoying. Otherwise, I guess a lot of people were defeated too quick and they want to try and drag it out. It is really the most difficult content, and you don't want people just blitzing through it too much. I can understand where they're coming from that. So now, generally that's it, but you can expect that there's always something more, given that Dragon Ball has always had an affinity with the number 7. You're always going to expect a bonus part. So this is the nice EX, as they so called it. So again, more login bonuses, more missions. Now this is actually pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure this is a trial experiment for the future. So currently we all get 3 boosts. Now it's going to go to 5. Now this is only for the event period. This is only for the part 4, the part EX. And afterwards it goes back down to 3. But I reckon this is a nice trial experiment in the future. Everyone uses the 3. Having the additional 2 is going to be real nice for the time being. So this is where I said before at the beginning where there's going to be some interesting ideas. Because we've already had this. We've had this almost a month, actually, maybe more than a month now. So I'm curious if this will be nothing or if this will be like a global first. Who knows? It's more than likely to be nothing, so don't get your hopes up too much. See, we're getting this stuff already, much like the master missions, the 7 masters missions. We're getting them perhaps a bit too early, but regardless, this will be a really intriguing one to watch. So then now, okay, so perhaps one of the other main juicy bits of this is the Super Saiyan 4s now actually get their EZA as well, and that's a little more than a week after the others do. So a little bit more than the Vegeta Gogeta do. These are also really, really good. Vegeta comes out with the biggest improvements, but still feels shortchanged compared to Goku, but they're still both really, really good. There's a lot to do, and it's going to span about a grand total of 5 weeks. Now you're thinking, how many stones are we going to get? Well, straight off the bat, I might as well just tell you the answer. So I don't know how Wiki's done it for some reason, but it's 1,093, and then you've got the part 4 of 82. So you're looking at around 1,100. Now that's going to be the absolute max, and compared to Global versus JP, it's absolutely going to be the same almost at any point given in time. So everyone should be able to achieve this at 21 stones. That's pretty simple over the next few weeks. So the comeback campaign will only be for all players who haven't played in a certain amount of time. So altogether, you're probably looking at around 37, but that's still pretty good. So straight off the bat in part 1, everyone gets 30 stones. Then you get 99 stones over the entire 5 weeks. So that's the first bit, that's 5 weeks. All your missions over the 4 to 5 weeks is 66 stones. So the ore conversion, so if you got all of them, here we go. So you get 77 Dragon Stones if you do every single mission. And considering they're super easy, that's actually free. That's pretty good. So your boss rush is 35. That's all pretty good. All of these, all the stages, and you're going to get all. And if you do manage to achieve, we will get first rank on the store. That's not going to be too much of a problem. And then of course the live stream reward. That's a nice 77. Actually, so you'll get 77 plus the 30 straight away off the bat. That's when you log in because they do this just as it's released. On JP, they did this as the new banners released. So 643 by the end of part 1. That only lasts a week, maybe just over. So part 2, where you got some of the big easy A's coming in, and you got more stages of the free to play units that are coming in, the All Awaken. You had 198. Now this bit's a longer bit, so take your time. Part 3, you got more missions, more easy A's. You got a nice chain battle, more co-op stuff, and then of course the end of anniversary gift 30. Everyone gets this. It's always the same. Even the orbs that they give you, the Zenny, the Kais, it's all the same. So you get a nice 1,000. Now, of course, don't worry too much if you can't do the red zone parts. You're not going to get maybe the latter ones possibly. So taking all the ones and in the fact that not everyone can do everything, you're probably still looking at a realm of 1,000 stones, even if you factor in this. Still over 1,000 stones, all in, but that's all in. Here's the stuff that's probably guaranteed. So we hit first place, you're going to get stones, the equivalent of Kai's. I'm not sure if that's enough to rainbow, so I think it's not enough to rainbow, but you get pretty close. You get keys, 30 spaces, that's actually pretty good, and you get those coins to exchange for more Grand Kai's or potential orbs. So again, this will be another one if you hit first place on both platforms. I think they'll just give us this regardless, as more as an idea, just as a thank you, even if we don't. Because if JP gets it, we're going to get it. You can imagine if we didn't. So, of course, again, this is the end. Now, this will mean, this doesn't say it's going to end on August or September. This basically means that it ended on the 8th or the 9th. And everyone gets a nice wallpaper, 3 of every Kai. You get stones, you get coins, you get keys, you get Zenny. Everyone gets this. Everyone gets it. It's all part of all these 1,000 Rangstones all popped in. So that's basically it. So everyone's going to get close to 1,000. If you have already, say, 1,000, so 1,000 stones will get you 20 summons, and then this one will get you another 20 summons. You can get a fair bit of summoning going in. And don't forget, Every fourth will be free for a limited amount of time, and I bet you the first run through will actually be discounted. And you also get tickets, something that JP doesn't get until it's something of this caliber. So there you go. That's a rough idea of what you're going to get across all of them. So I hope you found this video entertaining, or I hope you found this video useful. Until then, bye bye.